about you?
Julian, always a positive one. Of course you're going to be extra positive today. Massive win, 3 goals at home. Of course we've started. Come on, get with the programme. What did you make of the game?
3-0 to Arsenal. It was a great game. It was a great game. Okay, the first 10 minutes, I understand, we didn't play great. We went into it slow. But once we got going, we did what we needed to do. Yeah. We were totally in control. It wasn't until towards the end that Ramsdale made those saves. Up to that point, I thought we were absolutely in control.
Now, I want to focus on the game, of course, but like the biggest news we spoke about with everyone is the Aubameyang situation. All of the media was talking about it. The captain's been dropped. Is he captain material? It's been a subject for a long time of whether he should have the captaincy. What have you made of the whole situation, the disciplinary actions? It's not the first time Arteta's come out and publicly said that, he's under disciplinary. What do you make of that for the captain?
Well, I mean, as you know, I was at the game, so I didn't really hear much. All I know is that he was dropped for a disciplinary issue. I don't know exactly what he's done. I mean, do you know what he's done?
I have no idea, but we heard from the last time he was late to the game. If it was a North London derby, could be along the same lines. Nobody actually knows because Arteta didn't give away any clues. But in the press conference, he was asked if he'll be out for a longer time, and he said this is the beginning. So he could be out for many more games.
So it sounds far more serious than what happened against Tottenham last season. Yeah. Again, it depends what he's done. Last season, he was late for the game. He had mitigating circumstances for that. He got caught in traffic, not good, not professional. He took his punishment, he came back, he played okay. It may well be the same situation again. If he has been late for training and he's deliberately late for training, he's got an attitude problem, then that's an entirely different set of circumstances. So again, it depends what he's done. I don't want to judge the guy until I know exactly what he's done. From a playing perspective, he's not looking great. I wouldn't agree with something I heard just before, that we've got Ozil Mark II, because Ozil put no effort in whatsoever. And in defence of Aubameyang, he's not playing well, but he's still putting the effort in. It may just be his time. The guy relies on speed. I mean, I found I'm 50 years old. You slow up. That is the reality of life. He's in his 30s. He is going to be slowing up. He didn't demand £350,000 a week. He was given £350,000 a week. I don't blame him for taking that kind of money. Would I have given that to him? No. Would I have taken that money? Yes.
Of course.
So it's the situation we find ourselves in. Giving that kind of contract to that kind of player. When I say that kind of player, I'm talking about a player that relies on speed in the twilight of his career. Doesn't make, to me, commercial sense.
I think we have to point out as well that a player such as him, he's played continuous football for a very long time. He's not one of those players that are out injured or that goes out for a number of weeks or whatever. He's played continuously for many seasons, even before Arsenal. Whereas you see other strikers are out injured or they have time off. Maybe it's just that he's burning out.
Yeah, he's burning out, but that's not the time to give a player £350,000 a week contract for 3 years. Yeah. It just makes no financial sense to me. Whereas what you've got is other players coming through, such as Martinelli, when we want to talk about the positives, who's on considerably less money, but for me, are far more important to the team than Aubameyang. I mean, I would think that it's time to kind of put Aubameyang out to the retirement home of ex-footballers.
No, it's not. I don't think it's quite that stage yet. But Martinelli stepped in today, done the job, and of course they can either rotate or Martinelli plays more games, like you see Ramsdale doing instead of Leno now. And when needed, Aubameyang can probably come back in.
Yeah, when I'm talking about the retirement home, I'm talking about a club like West Ham, which is where we normally sort of farm out our players.
Good club at the moment, to be fair.
They are a good club. However, I'd like to see Aubameyang get a transfer. It's not time for him to give up football, but it's time, hopefully, for Arsenal to give up on him.
Wow, harsh words. What did you make of everyone else that actually played on the pitch then? Martinelli, you mentioned, had a good game. Who stood out for you? Who else? Okay.
For me, 2 players. Martinelli. I'm in love with this guy. He brings me such joy. The pace that he's got. Yeah. Even if he doesn't get near the ball, just that burst of pace, it scares defenders and lifts the crowd. And there's just that buzz about the place when he's near. There was a moment, I think it was in the first half, when Ramsdale kicked the ball long.
Oh yeah, that could have been the best assist of the week, the season maybe.
It was just beautiful. Yeah. And it gives us that other option. Now, that was giving us the option of pace. And football is so about pace, and it gave that outlet. So even though the ball wasn't exactly right, when you've got a player of that kind of speed, he makes every ball look great.
Yeah. Man in the match then?
Odegaard.
Oh, you didn't even mention him.
I was waiting a minute. I said there was two players.
go on.
There was two players, Martinelli and Odegaard.
Okay.
Now, going back to Ozil, I've been very negative and critical of Ozil, but what Odegaard has got is Ozil's biggest attribute, which is vision. And you can't dispute that Ozil had that kind of vision and that skill. And I believe Odegaard's got that as well. But the difference with Odegaard to Ozil is he's got work rate. And when you combine that kind of skill, that kind of vision with the work rate, that's when you're going to get a world-class player.
Love that. So who are you giving it to? Odegaard?
Odegaard.
Love that. Thanks, Julian.
Pleasure.